Okay, hello everyone. I am Cecelia Morris, and today I've got Miss Rita Taylor Stewart with me, and we are talking about the benefits in we're talking personal finance, improving your credit, eliminating your debt, and then managing and increasing your money after you get all those things worked out. Now, Rita and I met online, which is where I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of people nowadays, but it's always important that you communicate your message because you never know exactly who you're going to resonate with. So Rita found me, and I'm so thankful and grateful that we are now friends on Facebook because we are actually collaborating. So if any of you guys tuned in last week when Shell, America Supermom, and I were talking, one of the things we talked about in this online world is collaboration. So with that, Miss Rita, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Celia, for the opportunity for us to connect and, of course, move forward with collaboration. Again, my name is Rita Stewart, and I reached out to Celia because I had saw one of her awesome videos where
Thank
she
you.
was sharing, you're welcome. She was sharing with individuals how they could go about correcting their credit as well as securing or deleting, getting rid of debt, and then moving forward in life. And I thought, I watched the whole thing. I didn't even pause it, like from beginning to end,
Thank
because with
you.
the work that, you're welcome. With the work that I do, I support middle Americans with the opportunity to move forward from that stage to build wealth strategies and to also secure what we call living benefits. But I'll talk about that later. The goal is I wanted to have someone that I felt comfortable referring my clients to support with eliminating debt and building their credit and coming up with solutions to add additional streams of income. And I said, I'm reaching out to her. I am reaching out to Cecelia because she's got a plan to help people, and then we can move forward from there. So that's why we're here.
Yes, we are. And it is so wonderful that we are collaborating because a lot of the time, the clients that I work with, where they get lost is after they fix everything, they don't know what to do next. And even though I provide strategies and I tell them where to go and, all the things you did to eliminate debt, you need to keep doing that going forward, but then you also need to build onto that.
Yes.
If people are bad with their money now, give them more, they'll be bad with more money. So it's those tools that people need in order to continue to build that lifestyle to where they're building wealth and leaving a legacy for their family. I was just at the Indianapolis Black Expo last weekend collaborating with like my friend Shell, America Supermom. If you didn't see that video with her, she's got 15 kids, 13 of which she gave birth to. So that's why she's Atlanta. The one of the news stations in Atlanta gave her that title. But we did a booth and we were talking. She does mindset, and then I do lifestyle and business coaching because your finances and your mindset go hand in hand. If one of them is not right, the other is not right as well. So,
It's true.
and when people don't understand how to maintain their good credit, how to stay out of debt, and what to do with those new funds, they end up lots of times back in the same position to where they started. And I am definitely a person who is about educating people in finance and personal finance. I am by no means a financial planner. Please don't give me that title. I just learn tools to better manage my money and to help others do the same, and then to make a home business out of it, because that's the piece of the puzzle people miss as well. A lot of people sign up for my program. They're like, oh, okay, I got it. But part of accumulating wealth is having a home business. So tell us a little more, Miss Rita, what you do in terms of your own business.
Well, and you said something really critical right there. Part of the getting to the point where you can accumulate more wealth and ensure that you stay out of debt is to implement additional streams of income, which is
Yes,
what you teach your clients, right?
yes, yes,
So it's interesting that I left corporate America almost 18 years ago. And as a result of leaving corporate America, that's right, to become independent, right?
yes.
There are some things that you think you may be missing, like, oh, I don't have a 401k no more. Oh, I don't have a pension
Mhm.
plan no more. But you know what? Miss Rita learned to implement multiple streams of income.
Yes.
One of which, and as a result of leaving corporate, or as a result of some people being in debt, they think that they can't invest. They think that I don't have any money to do any investment strategies. And
Right.
the work that I do is to support middle Americans like us
Yes.
with the opportunity to invest and to educate them on the tools that are out there that are not necessarily where they're going to, how do I say, risk their monies. Because I think a
Yes.
lot of people think that they're going to risk what they have and they're not interested in hearing anything about investing.
Right.
Yes, I am trained and licensed, FYI, just so you know. Okay, so don't get too nervous about it. But I had to ask myself, I was in corporate as a in banking, right? In the finance industry,
Oh,
20 plus years.
wow.
Transitioned to ministry for 12 years. And
Praise
now I'm an
God.
independent consultant working with
Wonderful.
individuals to support them with financial wellness. However, as I said, on the back end with investment strategies.
Yes.
I went to a financial workshop, and there is something that I learned there, even after being in corporate America in the financial services industry for 20 years, that blew my mind that I did not know about.
What is
You
that?
know how, yes, it's a product that's called living benefits. You know how you be concerned about getting you'd be concerned about, oh, I might need disability insurance, or oh, I might need long-term care insurance, or oh, I need to have health insurance. Yes, I agree. Some of us need those things. But with living benefits, it's a solution that's available at a price point that may have no idea that's
Mhm.
available,
Yep.
can support you with injuries that you may incur as it relates to a critical illness or chronic illness, or if you were deemed to be terminal. Okay.
Mm.
And it is a life insurance opportunity that you can solicit while you are still living. So you
Wonderful.
don't have to, right? You wouldn't have to spend down your funds that you may have been able to put away in a 401k, or that you may have been able to put in a savings account because you wanted to get to where Miss Celia has told you to make sure you have at least 3 months worth of living expenses in the bank, right? You
Right.
don't want to be losing that money. Your health
Exactly.
insurance, your health insurance going to pay the doctors, they're going to pay the nurses, they're going to pay the hospital, but they're not going to pay your mortgage. They're not going to pay that car payment. They're not going to put food in your cupboard.
Yep.
And that type of policy is something that we as middle Americans were not familiar with, have not been familiar with. And I'm trying to help them understand that. And along with other financial strategies that support middle Americans like ourselves. I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think that's the problem that we have to overcome, is that part of people's mindsets, thinking that they need a lot of money to invest, not knowing the strategies of the rich and famous. It's a lack of knowledge that keeps us broke.
Yes.
They'll pay everything, your insurance will pay everything, but you are the one that's missing out of that equation. And people don't understand, or I'm sorry, since they don't understand, it's part of educating people so that way they do understand that it's up to us to protect ourselves. That's why I am a staunch advocate of having multiple streams of income. That's why I want to teach financial wellness. I want to teach empowerment with your finances, because at the end of the day, as you mentioned, 2-3 months in savings means nothing if there's nothing coming in. What happens when those 2 or 3 months are gone and you're not refilling the pot? You're going to be busted. That's what's going to happen. So I'm all about teaching people how to keep that pot full, because the savings should be, in my opinion, a place of last resort, not something that you're actually living off of.
Oh my goodness, exactly. That is exactly right. You want to be able to hold on to that which you have.
Yes.
And even in, like I say, you may think, well, I'm only able to save $100 a month. That $100 a month can do a whole lot for you. The sooner you start to save it, you would be surprised at where you can be in terms of securing your financial legacy as a result of that. But the goal is to help you see that you can. We can get to a wealthy place, my people. We truly can. And it will not require that much of a sacrifice. The goal is to get started.
Yes. And that's where you really have to be in tune with what kind of future you see for yourself. Somebody would have told me, in 2016 that I was going to lose my job in 2018 and be successfully unemployed 16 months later, I probably would have balked at them. I'd have been like, really? What are you now? You a soothsayer? Did somebody read my tarot card to you or something? But that's where I'm at. And it's because of putting things in place that prepares you for whatever the next phase of life is God has in store for you. There's a saying, and I'm not sure if it's a Chinese proverb or whatever that is, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next
Amen.
time is today. So it's all about teaching people to start planting those trees today. There's another thing, save $1 today, tomorrow save $2, the next day save $3, the next day save $4, or however you can do that. But it's all about making sure that you put up money for those rainy day funds, especially as an entrepreneur, because there will be rainy days. I tell people sometimes I go from 0 to 0. I start the month at 0 and I end the month at 0. But in between the 1st and the 31st, everything is taken care of. So I'm good. And then there's other months where I'm filling the coffers and I've got that buffer because, as an entrepreneur, it ebbs and flows. So my thing and what I try to educate people about is it's best to plan and to secure additional income while you're working, because that then becomes part of your nest egg and you're building relationships. So that way, when the unexpected happens, and Shell and I talked about this last week, it can happen to anybody. Steve Harvey lost 2 jobs in 2 months. He lost his, that kid show, and then he also lost his talk show. But he's smart enough. He still got his radio show. He still got Family Feud, and who knows what other behind the scene things he's got going on. So if somebody like Steve Harvey sees the benefit of multiple streams of income, we definitely need to get off our laurels and not only secure the bag, as I like to say, but then also get with people like yourself, Rita, who teach us what to do with that money after we secure the bag.
And Cecelia, it's interesting because, again, I said I spent 20 years in financial services, and then God called me to ministry. So I'm like, Lord, why in the world did you have me in banking all of that long time if you knew you was going to call me, right? I mean, I just didn't get it. Right. But I got it now because what he has, we have to think about every gift and every experience that we have had in life and how God intends for us to leverage it for our good and for the good of a greater people, right? For the good of our legacy. So it's like now I get to combine the education that I did in congregational ministry, right? And then the financial side that I learned and continue to learn today. And I am now independent and attaining multiple streams of income as a result of my work in ministry, as well as my work and knowledge from financial services. It can be done. We cannot get stuck on the fact that only a 9 to 5 or 4 to 12 is going to do it. I'm not against a job. I'm just saying, build your own in tandem. Build your own in tandem and squirrel away where you can in your investment funds, and know that, yes, you even now can do so too. Okay. So again, like Cecelia said, I'm all about the education piece. I am all about that. If you go to my website, legacyfinancialwellness.com, you will see it's strictly about education. Go out there, glean as much as you want to glean from that, and understand and know that we can build and accumulate wealth without risk. It can be done. It can be done.
And it's so interesting you would say that, because people get so caught up in how much it costs to have a home business, and it's like, it doesn't cost. You are hearing so many things out there that you've got all this chatter going in one ear, out the other, getting stuck in your head. I did a video earlier today, how to get out of your own head and get down to business, because it does not cost a lot to start a business. I mean, I've got businesses you can start for $1.25 a day. I just started a business Monday that you can start for $0, and I'm already seeing results from that. So it's taking those little steps of doing something. I am not a product person. I've been in product-based businesses before. I appreciate the companies that I've been a part of, and some of them I still use their products. But what I found in my journey is people need information. If I can give
Yes.
you information that can improve your lifestyle, and one of the things we talked about before we went live is time freedom. Miss Rita has a 97-year-old grandmother. Tell us about the blessing of being able to work your schedule around the care of your 97-year-old grandmother.
And you know what? You are so right about that. My time, your time, our time is so valuable.
Yeah.
It is nothing but the grace of God that I'm able to be here with my granny when she needs me. And that's because I have set up these multiple streams as an independent entrepreneur. You cannot afford not to be in business for yourself.
Right?
So as it turned out, Cecelia and I had planned this call over a week ago.
Yep.
And today, as it turned out, was my day off, if you will, with Granny. My mother's there, but we had to have an emergency call in for the nurse. I am the primary caretaker, but I had the flexibility to get in my car and
Yeah.
come down and be by my grandmother as she talked to her nurse what she wanted to say. And then when I finished and sent the nurse off, I came and set up right here in this car and said, Miss Celia, I'm not at home at my office today, but I still have the flexibility for us to make this call for the people.
Yes.
There is nothing that's more important to me than being able to be by my grandmother's side right now. Absolutely nothing. But
Yes.
I'm not taken away from my investments, my streams, not
Yes.
at all. And I still get to honor her.
Praise God. Praise God. Well,
I,
you
I,
mentioned not taking anything away. So for those who are working in some form of corporate America, think about what it's like when you have an emergency come up, whether it's for a parent, a grandparent, a spouse, a sibling, or a child, and all you have to go through to get the time off that you need to deal with that situation. And then think of the side eye you get when you get back. That is something that I do not miss. And like you, Rita, I am not adverse to working again. If the right opportunity presents itself, I am more than willing to walk through that door, whatever God has opened up for me. But I know it has to be the right opportunity. And that's what makes the difference, is I can actually hold out for the right opportunity. A lot of
that's right.
people, they get in this headspace where like, oh my gosh, mortgage, whatever, bills are due, car payment, all that. And they get all panicky and get all squirrely, and sometimes end up jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire because they made a bad decision. So when you set yourself up, especially, I can't emphasize enough, especially while you're working, to have multiple streams of income, God put you in a place where you can act with discernment in terms of the opportunities that present themselves. And I used to work with someone, and I remember she told me that one of the things that she regrets is that she did not get to spend as much time as she wanted to with her mother because of her job. She was more worried about losing her job than the quality time spent with her mother. And none of us know the day, the hour, the minute
No,
the Lord is going to call
no.
us home. So it's all about priorities and making sure you're doing what God has called you to do, and it's so important to be able to have that flexibility. And the only way that I know of is to have multiple streams of income. I have my affiliate marketing business. I've got my network marketing business. I've got my coaching business. I just started this new business that I'm trying out for the first time this week for people who have no money to get started. Because what's the biggest complaint you hear sometimes? I don't have money. Well, if I can show you a way with no money to start making money, okay, let's eliminate that excuse. And I always
Yes.
test out all my programs for myself before I introduce people. Before I introduce, I got a juice me. Before I introduce people to them, because if I'm not doing it, I don't feel comfortable telling somebody else to do it. So, and that's
Right.
how I feel about
Right.
when it comes to finance. If I am not using the tools that I've learned, with personal finance, then I am not going to share something with someone else that hasn't been tried and tested. So that is why working together with you has definitely been a great collaboration, because now I have someone to refer people to when they're ready for that next step.
That's exactly right. And that's the whole goal here. We just want to help those who are ready to receive the help. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that. Thank you
Exactly.
so much. This has been great.
Well, I so appreciate you reaching out to me. And people, I want to just say, this is part of networking. So if you didn't catch our 4-part series that Lachelle, America's Supermom, and I did last week, it was collaboration, networking, coaching, which is so important. And we'll touch on that a little bit if you want to. And then income streams. Those were the 4 topics that we did last week. And here I am collaborating with Rita on this video. We are networking because now we have someone to refer someone to. If they don't need our services, we have somewhere to send them. That was the video that I did yesterday. Are you meeting people where they're at? Or are you trying to take them where you want them to go? So if I have someone that wants to know about higher level investing tips, how to secure the bag for their families in terms of the additional insurance that you mentioned, now I've got somebody to send that person to, because of Rita and I meeting via the internet and social media. So you've got to get out there and network and collaborate. Okay, I think Rita might have froze. Okay, so we'll see. She's coming back. Yep, there you are. Okay, good. So if you are interested in higher level investments that do not require high dollar, definitely reach out to Rita. I think you're muted. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay, there you are. All right, yeah, if you're interested in higher level investments that do not require high dollar amounts, definitely reach out to Rita. If you are at that phase to where you know you need to do something, but you don't know what to do, or you're running, you don't have a lot of funds to get started, definitely hit me up. Like I said, I've got programs that start at $0 that go all the way up to $1,500 or more, but we build on that. I want to just start you out with that, because I'm not a type of person that wants somebody to go into debt in order to get my coaching services. I want you to have money, to be bringing in money, so that way you're not financing, putting money on a credit card or anything like that. Nothing outlandish that is going to financially set you back, I should say. Using a credit card is not a bad thing as long as you're using it wisely, but I'm not the one to encourage someone to take on a financial hardship just to get my services. I'd rather work with you in the grassroots level, bring you to where you need to be, and then pass you on to Miss Rita for next steps.
Absolutely. We are all about debt freedom and financial wellness, point
Yeah.
blank. Build your wealth for generations to come. So
Yeah.
blessings to each of you. And thank you again, Cecelia.
Well, thank you, Rita. I so appreciate you on here with me today. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. Let's see. I'm going to put the links to Rita's website as a comment in this video. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the description of this video, and I'll also put the link to my calendar, so that way if you want to talk to me and we can talk strategy, it is a free consulting session. Rita's going to have her contact information on her webpage, and I will make sure to post both of those in the description of this video, because I don't want it to get lost in comments. And thank you again for everyone who watched this live. If you wonder why I was looking down, I was checking my phone because I did a watch party, so I wanted to make sure I was sending a wave and acknowledging people. So let me acknowledge everybody who signed on with us today. We've got Annie Coleman, Russ Dardis, one of my high school friends, Gerald Davis, Lachelle Atkins, who I think I've shouted out about 50 times, America's Supermom. We've got James Earl Dickens, Joseph Hucano, Paula Millhouse, Tony Gold, Sandra B. Carter, Katrina Rosen, Winland Dotson, Percy Alexander. He signed up for one of my programs. Hi there, Percy. So we got a lot of people watching us today. We do appreciate you for signing on. Remember, it's about that debt-free lifestyle. It's about securing the bag and then making higher level investments so you can leave a legacy for your family instead of bills, clothes.
Absolutely. Until next time, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rita. You enjoy the rest of your day. And everyone out there, please like, comment, and share with those that you know. Give us some likes and hearts. If you're watching the replay, give us a hashtag replay. And be sure to reach out to either one of us if you want our support and assistance for being debt-free and securing the bag. Be blessed, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.